if you are a natural storyteller, then you probably have gate 56 defined in your body graph. Gate 56 is at the throat center, and it brings that energy of natural storytelling. These are people that have the aura that, invites other people in, right? Like as an audience, you want to listen to that person, right? Like you're drawn to that person, you're drawn to that energy because it's so naturally good at storytelling. And when I think of it, I think of like somebody like Trevor Noah. And actually, a lot of comedians have this gait. And it's because they just are naturally so good. And that's why they're comedians, because, when you're a comedian and you're a good comedian, you're able to take like heavy subjects, political subjects, even subjects that are like divisive, and you're able sometimes to use those to shift the perspective of the collective, the perspective of the audience in the way that you tell it. It can make somebody think, it can shift their consciousness, right? And so that's why like it's such a great gift to have, because they can use it to pass on wisdom, right? And so and these people, they have this energy of wanting new experiences, of wanting, new adventures, like all the time. They just want to experience new things, because it's that newness, that adventure, that new experience, that stimulation is actually what gives them the perspective of the human experience. And then that's where they're able to pass on, they're able to absorb it, digest it, and pass on to the collective as wisdom, right? In the lowest expression, when it's in the shadow, this energy can sometimes make somebody so distracted, right? Because they're constantly seeking stimulation, right? They just want to something to feed. Like they have that energy of just going after new things, new adventures. But sometimes it can come from a place of like wanting to escape themselves, right? When you don't want to sit with that discomfort, you don't want to sit with that, quiet of like facing yourself. So you escape, whether it's like through social media, whether it's through like just consuming new things online, or like you just want to go out and explore, but not because it's like it's for the sake of exploring. It's sometimes it's just to escape yourself, right? And sometimes these people, they're seeking like this new things so that they can have stories to tell, but the way they're telling the story is not the same way it is told from the highest expression. It's for the sake of like, look at me, like I did this and I went there, and sometimes it's for the dramatic effect, sometimes it's to get validation, sometimes they can even fabricate stories just because they want. It's not coming from that high expression, right? It's coming from that need for validation, need for approval, right? So, and that's when like you're in the shadow of this gate. And the shadow, it's not a bad thing, right? The shadow is always like the breeding ground, right? You can, if you're aware that you're operating from the shadow and you know that you have this gift, you can turn it because you have this gift, right? You can turn it so that you can start operating from the higher expression, because you naturally have that energy of being able to shift the perspective of other people, right? So if you have this gate in your body graph, just, or like you as I was talking, you could just place yourself and be like, oh, like I'm so good, people have told me that I'm good at storytelling. Or like you can even picture yourself when you told fabricated stories. Just check yourself and see like if you have this gate, and see if you're operating from the shadow or the higher expression of this gate, because it's such a beautiful gate to have. I personally don't have this gate defined in my body graph, but I'm talking about it because the sun is currently transiting this gate until the 26th, right? So we're going to feel that energy collectively. But if you have this defined, you have consistent energy from this gate because it's literally defined in your throat center. So yeah, check your body graph and see if you have this gate, because it's such a beautiful gate to have. And I definitely admire people that can use, this energy to shift the perspective of others and the perspective of the collective. And, like I said, I think of Trevor Noah because I love listening to him. But yeah, I hope this gives you an insight if this is your energy that you have.